Well, well. Let's hear that. Let's see how that sounds. Let's see how that. Let's see how that sounds. Let's see that. Let's see how that sounds. Let's hear that. Let's see how that sounds. That sounds pretty good. Sounding pretty good. All right, students. So, of course, I, and of course, you all have been going through a lot. And of course, things need to change. And I think a good amount of changes are needed. Space Cat, welcome. Glad to see your beautiful name. Oh, boy. I was feeling a little bit rough. Got some water in me. And I'm feeling kind of good. Let's see how we're going to continue this part here. But first of all, I have to introduce you all to a brand new thing we have here. Sit back and enjoy. And watch your screen? Yeah, sure. Watch the screen!
His name is Professor Volkit.
It's a guy! What can you say shit like that?
Professor Volkit. Volkit.
Boom, baby, that's right. Can I get a holler? Yeah, that is what's up. That is what's good. We are here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness gracious. Space Cat, calm down over there. Goodness. Stuff like that. Here, hold up. Oh goodness, no, I'm jumping bombs. No. I'm getting used to. Hold up. Oh no, hold up. I am so sorry. No, you're okay. Here. You're okay. Here, let me just sit you up right here. There we go. Okay, you're fine. Oh, yeah, what's up? Hey, what is going on, everybody? Yes, we made some changes here. Look at all this wonderful little shiznit we got going on and stuff like that. Hey, I just want to say, hey, whoa, calm it down, people. All right, but yeah, look at this wonderful little thing that we got going on here. Hello, people from YouTube. Hello, people from Twitch. My name is Professor Void, and if you are new here, we do a little bit of a, yeah. What am I trying to say here? We do a little bit of, what am I trying to say? Who am I? What am I? We do a little bit of researching around here. And of course, we usually spend a week on a topic just trying to get to know each other and stuff, get to know the subject, dive into it a little bit more and stuff. And if you missed it, last month we dove into Mythical May, and that was a lot of fun, ladies and gentlemen. And that was a good time. But now we are diving into today's topic, which this week it'll be very interesting on just what we find out, because now we're diving into, I believe, at least deeper stuff. And this month is going to be dedicated towards technology. Right. Which I'm very excited about. So, of course, with the many things, we're gonna have to start with the basics here. All right, which that would be computers. Where do they come from? Who they are? What built them? What dark, crazy things are we trying to figure out here? And I think that'll be very, very interesting. And I think you all deserve to be a part of it all. So, let's go right into it. With this hair, lovely masterpiece that I've got here. Go ahead and leave me some love in the chat. I got your little avatars running around here causing a muck. Be good times here. Y'all looking a little... There we go. So, I know, Space Guy, this is interesting. Finally, I get to see you all here, checking out in the chat and stuff like that, being all a part of it. I'm super excited. So, you are in Wikipedia. Look at you. Let's see. All right. So, starting with the basics. Computers. What in the hell is a computer? Well, according to Wikipedia here, a computer is a machine that can be programmed to carry out sequences of arithmetic and logical operations automatically. Okay. Modern computers can perform generic sets of operations known as programs. These programs enable computers to perform a wide range of tasks. A computer system is a complete computer that includes hardware, operating system, a main software, a peripheral. What? A peripheral is an auxiliary device used to put information onto and get information out of the computer. The term peripheral device refers to all hardware components that are attached to a computer and are controllers by the computer system. So I guess maybe computers are more or less, or at least the operating system. Not the operating system. The operating system allows us to get on the internet. Software is just bits and pieces of softwares and stuff like that. And then peripheral equipment needed to use for full operation. Maybe like keyboard, I guess. Is a keyboard technically a peripheral thing, right? At least that's what I'm thinking of, like a peripheral device. Peripheral device, an input device sends data instructions such as a mouse, keyboard, graphics. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we got it. Image scanner, barcode. So yeah, okay. All right, so yeah, your mouse and keyboard are peripheral devices that help out the parts of it. Okay, cool. Good to know. So all of these components, I guess, needed. Okay. This may also refer to a group of computers that are linked and function together, such as a computer network or computer clusters. Probably modern day, basically servers, maybe. A broad range of industrial and consumer products use computers as control systems. Simply special purpose devices like microwave ovens and remote controls are included as a factor device, like industrial robots and computer-aided design, as well as general purpose devices like personal computers, mobile devices, and smartphones. You know, the less useless device. Yeah, blah. Stuff like that. Y'all playing nicely down there? Hopefully you are. Maybe. Now, of course, simple special purpose devices like microwave, factory aided design, as well as general purpose device. Computers power the internet with which links hundreds of millions of other computers and users. So the internet is just a bunch of computers connected all together. A timey-wimey, slotty-dotty, chachi-chachi type thingy. Yeah, see, there you go. Boom, internet, boom, there it is. Internet in an image, which that's kind of wild. Now, of course, back in the day, early computers were only meant to be used for calculations, basically big-ass calculators. I think they almost took up like full-blown rooms. Simple manual instruments like the abacus has aided people. Oh yeah, the abacus was like that small wooden thing that you would slide holes past it and stuff like that. Let's see. The abacus have aided people in doing calculations since ancient times. Nice. Pattern looms. More sophisticated electronic machines did specialize analog calculations in the early 2000th century. The first digital electronic calculation machine was developed during World War II. The first semiconductor transistor in the late 1940s were followed by the silicon-based MOSFET, and the monolith integrated circuit chip technology in the late 1950s. So basically shit just got like, it chilled for a bit and then it got real crazy with the like chips and like the silicon bits and all that mumbo jumbo, which is kind of cool. It's wild just like how like it started off big and then went small and now we're kind of getting back to big. The speed and power and versatility of computers have been increasing dramatically ever since then, with transistor counts increasing at rapid pace. As predicted by Moore's law. Moore's law is the observation that number of transistors in a dense integrated circuit, I see, doubles about every 2 years. Oh, wow. So we're just going to exponentially just hit the whole area. Increasing at rapid pace, leading to the digital revolution. Yeah. Like during the late 20th century and early 21st century. Conventionally, a modern computer consists of at least one processing element, typically a central processing unit in the form of a microprocessor. Microprocessor is a computer processor where the data processing logic and control is included on a single integrated circuit or a small number of integrated circuits. The microprocessor is a multi-purpose clock-driven registered-based digital integration circuit that accepts binary data and sha-la-la-la-la-la. Okay. Am I just moving that fast? What's going on here? Oh yeah, microprocessor, along with some type of computer memory, typically semiconductor memory chips. As a digital electronic semiconductor device used for digital data storage, such as computer memory. Oh my gosh, hold on, wait. Wait, can I? No, I don't think I could find it that quick enough, but it would be really funny. Just like central processing unit, microprocessor, computer memory, and semiconductor memory. Oh, yes. Ha 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 ha. All right, the processing element carries out arithmetic and logical operations, and in sequence and control unit can change the order of operations in response to the stored information. Peripheral devices, including input devices, keyboards, mice, joysticks, etc. Output devices, monitors, screens, printers, and input-output devices that platform both functions such as a touch screen. Peripheral devices allow information to be retrieved from external source, and they enable the results of the operation to save and retrieve data. Thank you. I know. Yes. I know. Students, I hope you're learning well. There are plenty of things to be learning. Ooh. There are many things to learn about the computers. Which era shall we dive into today? Give me a 1 in chat for pre-20th century, 2 for first computing device, 3 for analog computers, 4 for digital computers, 5 for modern computers, and 6 for the mobile computers. Oh yes, I can get groovy to this. Fuck it up, young ones. Ooh, damn. I see we have an answer. Thank you, Space Cad. We shall be diving into... There we are. To the first computing computer. Yes. Ooh. I know. Let us see. Let us see with our eyes and think with our mouths. Now, the first computing device. Charles Babbage, an English mechanical engineer and polymath, originated in polymath. Polymath is an individual whose knowledge spans a substantial number of subjects. Oh. Kind of like moi, I would dare say. So Charles Babbage, an English mechanical engineer and polymath, originated the concept of a programmable computer, considered the father of the computer. He conceptualized conceptualized and invented the first mechanical computer in the early 19th century after working on his revolutionary difference engine calculating machine design in 1820. Damn, I wonder what other things were invented back in the 1800s. I feel like that was like a crazy time to be inventing shit. Maybe. Oh, wow. Space Cat. Okay. Hold up. Let me just... I'm sorry. What were we saying, Space Cat, huh? Maybe I'll get bombed. How about that? That's right. All right, now hold up. Where the hell are you? What'd you say? What'd you say? Huh? What'd you say? I will eat you. All right, none of that. Don't be pulling any of that shit here. All right. I'm sorry. Here, let me just... You pick yourself back up. All right. Let's get back to the lesson. After working on his revolutionary difference engine designed to aid in navigational calculation, in 1833 he realized that a much more general design and analytical engine was possible. The analytical engine was a proposed mechanical general-purpose computer designed by English mathematician. So purpose was mechanical. What was a proposed mechanical general-purpose computer design? Damn. It was first described. Okay. Damn. The input of programs and data was to be provided to the machine via punch cards. A method being used at the time to direct mechanical looms. Oh shit. Used to weave cloth and tapestry. My motherfucker was fucking with yarn? Mechanical looms? That is wild. He was brushing up paper just to develop that stuff. Sorry, students. I know my... What was it? I know my thing. I think the batteries on the batteries on my receiving device. One of my peripheral devices went down. But don't worry. We'll still continue. I'll just like throw up a nice little cute face at me. The machine... Let's see. For output, the machine would have a printer, a curve plotter, and bell. The machine would also be able to punch numbers onto cards to be read in later. The engine incorporated arithmetic logic unit, integer. Oh, so this was like this was programming, kind of, in this first basis. Incorporated arithmetic logic unit, control flow, and the form of a conditional branching and loops. Yeah, this motherfucker was creating the first computer language. That's so wild. Making it the first design for a general purpose computer. That's some wild shit. Right, sorry, I was just changing out the battery here. Hopefully we're back. Let's see here. Why do you forsaken me, huh? Ah, yes. Wonderful. Good stuff. All right. Yeah, we're back. Sorry, students. All righty. So, okay. Sorry. Back to this person possibly building what seems to be the first, dare I say it, one of the first programming languages. Making it the first design for general purpose computer that could be described in modern terms a Turing complete. In computability theory, a system of data manipulation rules is said to be Turing complete or computationally universal if it is to be used to simulate any Turing machine. Sure. The machine was about a century ahead of its time. All the parts for this machine had to be made by hand. This was a major problem for a device with thousands of parts. Eventually, the project was dissolved with the decision of the British government. Ah, damn bureaucracy! Oh, I know. It's pathetic. I know. Ah, Mr. Positive, what's up? All right. Oh, here we go. I'm figuring out all this chat stuff. Hey, Mr. Positive, you're able to try to figure out your internet situation watching from the beach. Nice. I'm glad to hear that you are relaxing. How is it over there? If some of you actually don't know this right now, but Mr. Positive was a original subscriber to my YouTube, and this here was, I believe, one of the first topics I ever covered. Yeah, I think like one of the first topics I ever covered on my YouTube. It was a good time. It was a good one. You can see Professor Void trying to make his way out into the internet world. It was very interesting. Let's see here now. Sorry. We were going against bureaucracy. And, well, Babbage's failure to complete the analytical engine can be chiefly attributed to political and financial difficulties, as well as his desire to develop an increasingly sophisticated computer and to move ahead faster than anyone else could follow. Just imagine if old boy was able to actually continue going on. That would have been amazing. He would have the funding to like actually push computing maybe another 50, maybe 100 years. Gosh, at least how fast it moved exponentially. But nah, they just said, nah, we're not gonna. Oh, that would be, I kind of want to like figure out like what was the specifics with it. Analytical failure to complete the analytical engine can be chiefly attributed to political and financial difficulties. That's fuckity. That's fucked. Nevertheless, his son, Henry Babbage, completed a simplified version of the analytical engine computing unit in 1888, He gave a successful demonstration of its use at computing tables in 1906. Look at that! Look at that! Not bad. Hey, you know what? Way to keep the family proud. Am I right, people? Exactly. No, hey, that's awesome. Was able to continue on the family name and push computing to the furthest of its reaches. That's awesome. That is awesome. We got analog computers. Yeah. I want to see like the digital computers. I want to see the digital computers and see like how gnarly those were. A little bit of fast forwarding here, but 1938, the United States Navy had developed an electromagnetical analog computer. I mean, like, of course it would be the United States Navy. Jeez. Analog computer small enough to use aboard a submarine. This was a torpedo data computer, which used trigonometry to solve problems of firing a torpedo at a moving target. During World War II, similar devices were developed in other countries. See, okay, back in the day, this is what your teacher was saying. This is what your teacher was saying on the whole cusp of like, oh yeah, this is what your what was it? This is what your math skills would actually give you. Like in life, like this is actually like what would actually be contributed as useful. Trigonometry. I like trigonometry. I thought trigonometry was kind of cool. I had to deal with like shapes and shit and stuff like that. I dig it. Let's see here. All right. Early digital computers were electromechanical. Electric switches drove mechanical relays to perform the calculations. So, like, that's wild to me. Again, like, so it was papers that was telling it to, like, you know, open, close. It was like the ones and zeros. And then now it's electric magnetical switches that turned it on and off, and then that's what made it go through. At least that's how I'm originally how I understood it. Because again, all of computing is just ones and zeros, and it's just now it's like how much can we abstract that language and then actually make it to be somewhat readable, like computer languages, and like to the point to where we're having HTML and shit like that. It's interesting. These devices had a low operating speed and were eventually superseded by much faster all-electric computers, originally using vacuum tubes. Oh, God. Vacuum tubes. Jeez. I wonder how hot those motherfuckers got, huh? In those rooms, you had to have some, like, solid ventilations. And that was, like, olden days. You know how hot those sons of bitches would get? I mean, they always tell you to keep like your computer cold, but jeez. Vacuum tubes. The Z2, created by the German engineer Konrad Zuse in 1939, was one of the earliest examples of electromechanical relay computer. In 1941, Zuse followed his early machines up with the Z3. The world's first electromechanical, programmable, fully automatic digital computer. The Z3 was built in 2000, relays, implementing a 22-bit word link. It operated at a clock frequency of 5 to 10 hertz. The programming code was supplied on a punched film while data could be stored in 64 words of memory. Oh yeah, this was so yeah, these were the origins of bits, of bytes. You know how you have like gigabyte, megabyte, and stuff like that? Yeah, this was kind of like the origins of that. Using a binary system, yeah. It was quite similar. It was quite similar to modern machines in some respects. Pioneered numerous advances such as floating point numbers, decimal numbers, rather than harder to implement decimal system. Fuck you, Charles Babbage. More like Charles Cabbage. I don't know why he went real fancy, real posh there for a second, but hey, you know, that's what's up. It's the Germans. Using a binary system meant that Zeus's machines were easier to build and potentially more reliable. But given the technology, I'm going to continue this till the paragraph is done. Using a binary system meant that the Zeus's machines were easier to build and potentially more reliable. Given the technology available at the time, the Z3 was not itself a universal computer, but could be extended to be a ternary complete. Vacuum tubes and digital electronic circuits. Purely electronic circuit elements soon replaced their mechanical and electromagnetic equivalents. Vacuum tubes. Yeah, okay. So we'll finish the electric computers and then we'll move right into modern computers. Just to kind of, we're going to get the gist of it all. Gist of it all. What? Oh my. Purely electronic circuit elements soon replaced their mechanical and electromechanical equivalents. At the same time, the digital calculations replaced analog. The engineer Tommy Flowers. Flowers worked at the Post Office Research Station in London. In 1930s, began to explore the possible use of electronics for the telephone exchange. Experimental equivalent that he built in 1934 went into operation for 5 years later converting a portion of the telephone exchange network into the electronic data processing system using thousands of vacuum tubes in the US. John Vincent Anistoff and Clifford E. Berry of Ohio State University developed and tested Anistoff Berry computer ABC in 1942. The first automatic electronic digital computer. This design was also all electronic and used about 300 vacuum tubes with capacitors fixed and mechanically rotating drum for memory. Bibbidi bow. Is everyone cozy? How are we doing, students? During World War II. Man, World War II was building some crazy shit back then. I mean, that's how war is. During World War II, the British code breaker at Bletchley Park achieved a number of successes at breaking encrypted military communication. This was, what was it? That was, the British actors thing. I think wasn't the maker, wasn't there something about homosexuality with it and stuff, and he had to get sent to in the insane ward and stuff like that. Benedict Cumberbatch, yeah, his character. Thank you, Space Cat. But Yeah, like it's something like it ended off like on a real dark note, on like something was up with his character and stuff, and he like solved all this stuff, but like it ended off like on a real bad note. It was wild, I think. But yeah, the German encryption machine Enigma was first attacked with the help of electromechanical bombs. Oh, like the first EMPs? Electromechanical device used for British cryptologists to help decipher. Which often run by women. Oh, no, never mind. Was first attacked run by women to crack the first sophisticated German Lorenz SZ42 machine. Ooh, students, actually a very interesting thing about those little phone jacking things. They're talking about like, what was it? The people like pulling out the phone jacks and like transferring you over to calls and shit like that. There was a podcast. I forget what it was. I'm gonna have to look it up and I'll post it online. The specific episode where it was these like group of women were like sent to the tents, and basically they literally had to like transfer the calls to the commanders and stuff like that. So just imagine running communications over, and like, you know, like those movies in like Saving Private Ryan or like just all the crazy shit, like you would be just screaming into the phone, just like, we're gonna kill out there and stuff, and like there would be someone just be like, okay, great, tell me where you're at and I'll transfer you over, and like they would like transfer people over out into those spots. And there was like a specific story where these like this badass troop, like fucking, they were finding these tents and they're bombing them and stuff. So you're just like, yeah, let me transfer your call, fucking boom, and you got like demolished. Well, there was a bombing coming in later, and like something happened to where like it caught fire in the middle of the tent, I think, like on fire or like under fire, like the enemy was coming in. They continued to transfer calls to make sure the other troops can leave and stuff. And like, that's wild to me. So like and that was like computing power. It was wild. I have to, oh yeah, totally true. And like, I think like that was the thing too. I really got to look up the specific, I really got to look up that specific thing, because like, it's a really good podcast. I know I have it like saved too, because I don't. Yeah, it was a whole thing where they got like, let's see if I still have it. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all enjoying what you're learning here today. It's very interesting stuff. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay. Oh, okay. Here we go. What? Brother's reputation. Switchboard. Oh, it wasn't World War II. It was World War One. Oh, sweet. Oh, I'm so happy I was able to actually find that out pretty quickly. Yeah, but like check out that podcast on that stuff. And like, of course, this is a little bit unrelated, but like it was referencing on just like at least women in the world wars and World War One and World War II and stuff like that. And like the communications were being handled in very sophisticated way. And to their credit, like they added more to it. I mean, it's some wild shit. It's awesome. And like it took them so long to actually get like remembered and recognized and stuff. I think like they were actually able to actually interview the last few. Gosh, I don't even know if they're still alive today. But yeah, it was some cool shit. All right. Sorry. So of course, but like for this sector here, this was also written by women, and to crack the more sophisticated German Lorenz ZC4042 machine used for high level armor communication. Max Newman, that, yeah, and his colleagues commissioned Flowers to build the Colossus. And again, Flowers was an English engineer from the British General Post Office. That's wild. Like what? Like they got a mailman to fucking work on this thing, and then you're the only job, Flowers. Get in there. Like, damn. To build the Colossus, he spent 11 months from early February to 1945 designing and building the first Colossus. You know, there's some sketchy ass stories behind that. Like all those stories of like them. Oh, wait a minute. So Max Newman, was this the guy? Was this the guy that Benedict Cumberbatch was basing his whole thing off of? Max Newman, played by Benedict Cumberbatch. Benedict Cumberbatch. Is that who he played? No, I might be. Yeah, okay. The Imitation Game. Imitation. Barely truly. Okay. I know we're already getting into like the rabbit hole of stuff, but like I really want to know this now. Based on the real life legendary Alan Turing, the film. Alan Turing, the film portrays the nail-biting race against time. Okay. Sorry. I got off on the whole thing there. But still, like, so like, if you already like saw that movie and thought it was like a crazy time crunch, then like, yeah, no. Then it's just gonna be even crazier, which is wild to me. That's very interesting. All right. After a functional test in December 1943, Colossus was shipped to Bletchley Park, where it was delivered on 18 January 1944 and attacked its first message on February. Dude, the war was like, when did World War II end? Maybe it was because of that. World War II ended September 1st. So yeah, you barely missed that due date. And let's see, Colossus was the world's first electronic digital programming computer, and it used a large number of valves. It had paper tube input and was capable of being configured to perform a variety of Boolean logic. Boolean being true and false. Yep, I already got it. Gotcha. Boolean true and false, ones and zeros operations, but it was not Turing complete. Turing complete. What the fuck is Turing complete? And computably, theory, it can be used to simulate any Turing machine. What the fuck is a Turing machine? Turing machine. A Turing machine is a mathematical model of computation that defines an abstract machine that manipulates symbols on a strip of tape according to a table of rules. Despite the model's simplicity, given any computer algorithm, a Turing machine capable of simulating the algorithm's logic can be constructed. So, despite the model's simplicity, given any computer algorithm, a Turing machine capable of simulating algorithm's logic can be constructed. Mathematical model of computation that defines an abstract machine. It manipulates symbols on a strip of tape according to a table of rules. Oh, so it's like a reverse printer. You just put the piece of paper. Yeah, you put the piece of paper in. It takes the information from that paper and does an algorithm, I guess, for it now. Oh, so that's what. Okay, so that's what originally what Charles Babbage's shit was all about. Oh, okay. I'm getting it now. Right. Yeah. Okay. Oh, so that was out. Oh shit. Oh, fucking, like fucking mind blown right there. Oh my goodness, Space Cat. Right on. Where you? Hey, you're right here. Good job on that. Right here. Okay. Yeah, I would have to check out that movie. I love any, like, I'm a huge sucker on I would say war films around war and stuff like that. It's very interesting because it was just like so much shit was going on. Okay. Colossus was the world's first electronic digital programming computer. It used a large number of valves. It had paper tube input and was capable of being configured to perform a variety of Boolean logic operations on its data. But it was not a Turing complete. 9 MK2 Colossi were built. MK1 was converted to MK2, taking 10 machines in total. Fuck. Colossus Mark I contained 1,500 thermionic valves tubes, but Mark II with 2,400 valves was both 5 times faster and simpler to operate than the Mark I, greatly speeding the decoding process. The ENIAC, electronic numeral integrator and computer, was the first electronic programmable computer built in the US. Although the ENIAC was similar to the Colossus, it was much faster, more flexible, and that motherfucker was more flexible? This son of a bitch? I mean, I don't know there, bud, but you're telling me all this shit? My dude's sitting there just like, this ain't getting fucking moved. I don't know. Thank God I'm the wire guy. I'm not the fucking moving guy. Oh, hell no. She's looking at this paper just like, how the fuck are we gonna move this shit? Look at that face. Okay. No idea. Oh man, that's wild. Although, like the Colossus, a program on the ENIAC was defined by the states of its patched cables and switches as far cry from the stored program. Is a computer that stores program instructions. Oh gosh. What? Excuse me, sorry. This contrasts with systems that are stored electronic and optical accessible memory. Electronic machines that came later. Once a program was written, it had to be mechanically set into that machine with the manual resetting of plugs and switches. The programs of the ENIAC were 6 women, often known as collective as the ENIAC Girls. Well, what the fuck is their name? Let's get their names up here. I wanna. What do we got? What do we got? YouTube, hey baby. Hey, your boy's live on YouTube. That's funny. Ha ha ha. ENIAC Girls. Ooh. Like me a TED Talk. Hold up. Ooh, there's 2 parts. And then. Sweet, fuck yeah, all right, let's go. Let's get into it, students. Let's learn about the ENIAC Girls. The ladies. Can I get a whoop whoop for the ladies? Out right here. There we go. All right, hold up. Give me a second here so I can get my camera started, and then we'll get back onto it. Ciao. Sippity bop bow. Yeah, you can't tell me just like there's a secret group of just programming women. Like my mom, Space Cat. Oh, you love the ladies. Like my Space Cat. Just, what's this talk here? Okay, hold up. Do you want to watch? Do you want to watch the? Do you want to watch the ENIAC women? I'm making it sound like it's a nationality of women. Huh? Is this you? Yeah. Yeah, huh? Do you want to watch it? Do you want? Okay. Okay. Good. Don't test me, okay? We will watch it. We will watch it. Behave yourself. Behave yourself. Hey. Calm down. All right, we'll watch it. We'll watch it. I'm sorry. All right, let's get on it. Runner up.
Are people becoming obsolete? The giant electronic brain has started cogitating at the University of Pennsylvania.
In 1946, the Army unveiled its top-secret wartime project, ENIAC.
It's the world's first electronic computer.
Unveiled its
There we go. All right, ENIAC Girls. Woo!
Are people becoming obsolete? The giant electronic brain has started cogitating at the University of Pennsylvania.
In 1946, the Army unveiled its top-secret wartime project, ENIAC.
It's the world's first electronic computer.
It celebrated the machine's designers John Mockley and J. Presper Eckert. What the Army didn't tell the world was that the new machine had been programmed by 6 women mathematicians, the first modern programmers in history. This is their story.
Woo! Wanted. We want women.
It began in June 1942.
That's a weird way to
Philadelphia
That's a weird way to call it.
A week after we graduated, I saw an ad in the paper, and the ad was, of all things, looking for women with a major in mathematics, which was just amazing that would be advertised in the paper. And Fran and I went down and we interviewed, and they hired us on the spot and told us to report to work at the University of Pennsylvania.
A friend of my sister's called me and said, "You know how to run an adding machine?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Well, at the University of Pennsylvania, they're looking for people who can run adding machines. Why don't you go up to the Moore School and see if you can get a job there?" So I did.
So we were computing, so they called us computers, and I was hired for the grand total of $2,000 a year with $400 a year bonus for working Saturdays.
$2,000 a year. $2,000 a year. Were they making bank? Is that good? Let's just say 1940s. Yeah, $2,000 worth of that today. Oh, what? Man, they were getting underpaid as fuck. They're basically getting paid like, they're getting paid exactly what millennials are getting paid for programming jobs. I mean, I know. It's not surprising. It really isn't now, but if anything, I wanted to see if inflation did help them out. With 24, let's see. If they actually worked on Saturdays, though. That's wild that it went up a whole 10,000, but that's still bullshit. That's fucked. That's wild. Okay. I mean, that was the 40s.
But why did the Army need women mathematicians to do all these calculations? It was to solve a
Because the Army was fucking stupid.
major military problem. How to hit a distant target.
The problem the Army had during World War
That's awesome. Just like we keep missing. These idiots are too stupid. They can't hit shit. That's awesome.
War II, with its long and medium range cannons, was hitting a target miles away. It turns out that weather had a big impact on the arc or the trajectory of the missile coming out of the cannon.
Oh, the sun was in your eyes?
Calculus equation. And if you could put in one set of weather conditions for one gun and one missile, you could calculate the trajectory and you could figure out what angle to shoot the gun. And the Army needed thousands of these calculations.
It's quite complex. It depends on the barometric pressure, the humidity, the curvature of the earth, all kinds of factors. It's a very complicated equation that has to be solved.
Motherfucker, I was able to complete Angry Birds in like all 3 stars, maybe like a month tops. Okay, just like throw me in there. I'm good. I can trajectory it, fucking 8-ball it. You know, you just gotta line it up. You just gotta line it up. Fucking get that angle right. Get that. Hold up. You gotta see this. You gotta see this. You gotta make sure. I gotta make sure you see this. You know, you gotta fucking line the bit. Line it up. And then just fucking bow. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Yeah, you just look down the sight. Just look down the sight. Like, I don't want, like, people are just aren't, why?
for each data point, for each range that you want to compute the aiming of the gun at.
More and more men are being
Yeah,
called
exactly.
into the
Thank you,
armed
Space
forces.
Cat. Just
Their jobs must be filled.
like,
And filled now. And who can fill them? You women. You are the ones who must fill them, who can give our boys what they need.
The Army realized that it needed lots and lots of male mathematicians to calculate firing tables for artillery. The only problem was there were no math majors left. They were at Los Alamos, they were on the Manhattan
you
Project.
women.
So the Army took a big breath and deigned to hire women.
The workload was massive and unrelenting.
And it was very hot. In the summertime, they brought in a fan to help us out and a water cooler. We had big sheets and, in those days, fairly sophisticated calculators, and we did these ballistics tables.
It took about 40 hours to calculate a trajectory by hand. Or, we would plan to do one a week.
And the firing table would go to the gunner officer, and he would just look up in the table to find out at what angle he would have to set the gun so that it would fire and it would go 500 yards. And he just looked back in this table. Well, it seemed like a simple enough thing, but it was really very complicated, and it required an awful lot of calculating.
By the time you get to 45, there were almost 100 women who were hand calculating these ballistics trajectories.
But even with 100 computers working flat out, the Army fell further and further behind. Vital guns lay unused, waiting for their firing tables. In desperation, the Army decided to take a bold gamble. It launched a top-secret project to build a new machine, one that could calculate thousands of times faster than people. The project was the brainchild of two Moore School instructors, physicist John Mauchly and engineer J. Presper Eckert. The ENIAC was to be built with vacuum tubes, which were dazzlingly fast but had a reputation for suddenly burning out.
The primary advantage of the vacuum tube is the high speed. Eckert and Mauchly were young guys. Eckert, I think, was 24 years old when he put in his proposal, so they were taking a chance, and this one happened to work.
The women knew very little about the ENIAC. It was being built on the first floor of the Moore School, and it was behind a big wooden door with a sign that said restricted, and the restriction was enforced.
No girls
But ENIAC
allowed.
wasn't like other machines. It needed to be told what to do and how to do it. It needed programming.
When the ENIAC was almost finished, the men, the engineers who were brilliant, looked around at each other and said, we need to find someone to program it for the ballistics trajectory. And they looked around, and from the group of about 100 women, they'd chose 6.
Their names were Betty Jean Jennings, Ruth Lichterman, Kathleen McNulty, Betty Snyder, Marlon Westkoff, and Fran Belis, who joined the group later. And they had to program a machine they weren't even allowed to see.
And the women didn't have the security clearance to see the machine. Instead, they were handed wiring diagrams.
They had no books or anything to teach us how to program, and they gave us these great big block diagrams of the units of the ENIAC, and we were supposed to study them to figure out how to program it and how the thing worked.
Shoot.
Well, obviously, we had no idea what we were doing.
We learned, you might say, from the back forward. We learned all about the tubes first, and then came around and found out what the front did.
These 6 young women set out to do what no one had done before, to program an electronic computer. They did it by literally breaking down the differential calculus equation into steps the computer could handle.
I was trying with Betty Bartik to program the first program that was actually made for the Aberdeen program, which was a trajectory. And so Betty Bartik did the mathematics and I did the logic.
Eventually, the Army allowed them to see the machine itself.
Fucking
On the day
finally.
they were allowed into the ENIAC room, they walked in, and what they saw was a computer, black, steel, 8 feet tall, 80 feet long. It occupied 3 sides of a very, very large room. It was overwhelming. They had never seen anything like it.
It took a whole big room, and black and dark as it could be, and it was just a monstrous thing, but you never can imagine what a computer is today compared to that.
True.
I had, 18,000 vacuum tubes, and if one tube in one unit went wrong, we had to find it because nothing came out correctly. None of the calculations would be correct.
Damn.
To run their program, they had to wire the different parts of the machine together, a daunting task involving hundreds of cables and 3,000 switches.
We took the cables that
Yeah. You got motherfuckers not even able to operate their fucking Roku remote, let alone a fucking just TV remote. Like, people look at that shit and just be like, oh, fuck me. Never mind. I'm just going to go to the TV. Like, I'll be honest. Like, every time I get introduced to something new in technology and I see that it's like 7+ buttons, I'm fucking out. Like, damn, this motherfucker had thousands of switches, thousands of tubes, and you had to maintain it just to get a couple, like, programs in. And right now, I'm streaming right now, and you are all just watching me react, acting like a jackass. Just like, that's wild. That's wild to me.
it went from one machine to another. Some machines would do the work, and other sections would tell it what work to do, whether to divide or to do a square root.
The ENIAC was a son of a bitch to program. And the reason for that was that it was a parallel machine, so that many different operations could take place at one time. You had to coordinate the timing of them so that things could get back into sync.
In a feat of extraordinary genius,
I guess this guy's recording limit is about to show up. But yeah, no, you're
how to instruct the computer to solve in seconds what had taken them a week or more by hand.
damn.
In doing so, they laid the groundwork for the programmers and software engineers to come. And they were having the time of their lives.
We knew we were pushing back frontiers.
That's wild. All right. Let's go right into. But no, you're right. I wonder how crazy that was to not only, like, I guess, print off photos and stuff like that, or like popping up a photo. I guess, like, yeah, you had like cameras and stuff like that. Ooh, Space Cat has 1.5. Has 1.5 from Jump Catch Game. Hell yeah, Space Cat. Keep on jumping. Keep on getting those stars.
The timing of them so that things could get back into sync.
In a feat of extraordinary genius, these first ever modern computer programmers figured out how to instruct the computer to solve in seconds what had taken them a week or more by hand. In doing so, they laid the groundwork for the programmers and software engineers to come. And they were having the time of their lives.
We knew we were pushing back frontiers.
We were like fighter pilots.
It's sort of like a cross between an architect and a construction engineer.
We could debug the hardware down to a vacuum tube.
We were sure that this machine could do anything we wanted it to do. We were very cocky about that, so we set about to try to make it do it.
We knew what we were doing.
Hell yeah.
Despite the Army's best efforts, ENIAC was not finished in time to solve the artillery's firing table problem. But given that it was programmable, the Army saw many other applications for the lightning-fast machine.
By the end of 45, the war was over, and the ENIAC wasn't quite finished. So instead, it wound up being used for a problem coming in from Los Alamos, still classified. But we think it might have been the trigger to the hydrogen bomb.
Whoa.
6 months after the war ended, the Army decided it was time to reveal the existence of ENIAC. And they decided to do it in a very public way. On February 14, 1946, the ENIAC room was opened up. It was no longer secret. It was opened up to the public, to the press, and to the scientists and technologists. And at one point, the lights were turned out, and the ballistics trajectory program was run, and lights were flashing on the accumulators. It was very dramatic. And after the calculation finished, it took under a minute. The lights came on, and the Master of Ceremonies, Arthur Burks, a young engineer, announced to the crowd that the ENIAC had just calculated a ballistics trajectory faster than it would take for the missile to leave the muzzle of the gun to hit the target. And there was a huge gasp, and the information age had started.
It's the world's first electronic computer. Right now, it's solving mathematical problems for the U.S. Army, but who knows? Someday a machine like this may check up on your income tax.
Or be able to send nudes to your fellow sexual partner. The future of technology.
There was a steady stream of people arriving to take pictures, and of course they took pictures of us, alongside the machine, like models today. I mean, we're treated like models. In that sense, we were kind of flattered that we were considered pretty enough, I guess, to stand alongside this machine.
Oh.
The demonstration itself was divided into two separate parts. One was a demonstration for the press. But then we had a further demonstration, and to this demonstration were invited all the chief scientists and Harvard and MIT, plus a whole lot of Army brass. And then they had a dinner, but we weren't invited to that dinner.
The ENIAC programmers were never introduced. The women were never introduced. They never got credit. No one knew what they did. The engineers knew what they did. The team they were working on knew what they did, but the public never knew what they did.
Fuck.
They were honoring Eckert and Mauchly and the engineers who had built the machine. And they were honoring the brass of Aberdeen that had had the gumption, you might say, to put up the money for such a speculative type of thing. So we
shitty thing
fell between the cracks because we didn't belong to Moore School, and we were just programmers. We were just computers as far as the brass was concerned.
For decades, their pioneering role as the world's first programmers was overlooked, even by historians.
Historians tended to be men with connections to the hardware industry or electrical engineering or mathematics, and they may not have realized that this was happening, and it was sort of invisible to them. And it really came about when women began to do history of computing, and they said, hey, wait a minute, who are these people? What's their names?
One of those historians was computer programmer Kathy Kleiman. As a student at Harvard in the 1980s, she had come across a photo of the ENIAC and wondered who the women were.
I stumbled across pictures of the ENIAC computer. The pictures that were taken in 1946 after and around Demonstration Day when the Army wanted to make a big deal out of ENIAC. And so these pictures had women in them, and I wanted to know who they were. And so I...
Where are these women?
And they started telling me the stories of how they had programmed it. And I thought these stories belong not just to me, but to everyone.
Stories like the tale of Jean Bartik.
A young girl graduates from a teacher's college in the middle of northwest Missouri, gets on a steam-powered train, comes to Philadelphia, and the next thing you know, hydrogen bomb calculation, right? She's not told that that's what it is, but that's what she's doing. You know, it's that kind of story. It's so dramatic, and it was completely missed. I missed it myself. I'm as guilty as anybody.
I got to know 4 of the 6 original programmers very, very well. They became my friends, they became my mentors, they became my role models. They got to know my children.
True.
What do I take away from them? That the world needs to know who its pioneers are, and those pioneers were both women and men.
Thanks to the efforts of Kleiman and others, people in the computer community began to listen. By the time their pioneering role was acknowledged, most of the women were in their 70s.
The women were finally recognized late in life, after 60 years of only their families knowing their stories, they received awards from IEEE, Computer Society, from the Computer History Museum, from Women in Technology International, and other organizations. And they were thrilled, not just to get the credit, but because it put them in contact with young women who they could talk to. And the ENIAC programmers loved talking with young women in technology.
Yeah.
And young women, in turn, seemed inspired by meeting these
Took them
pioneers
60
they'd never heard of.
years. 60 fucking
In
years to
time,
pull up a
people
damn
would
picture.
realize
That's
that the computer
wild.
was not like other machines. The ENIAC, UNIVAC, and the computers to come were general-purpose machines. Programming could make the same hardware perform an almost limitless number of functions, a ballistic trajectory, predicting the outcome of an election, getting a spacecraft to the moon, and more. Some of the
Yeah, we're
ENIAC
still questioning that
programmers
logic
went on to make other
on that electric
fundamental
part.
advances in what would be called software.
I had the great pleasure of meeting Betty Holberton, who was a programmer for the UNIVAC, and she worked with Eckert and Mauchly. And she had this amazing job of programming a machine that had magnetic tape that had to insert data. Now, with magnetic tape, you can't just put a piece of data in the middle. You've got to run the tape and find a blank spot and then connect it to some other spot. And it's all unbelievable mental challenge. She did it all she just did it, and it worked. And today you've got whole graduate courses about this.
There were many things inspiring about the ENIAC programmers, but perhaps the most inspiring is the way they lit up when they talked about programming the ENIAC. How much they enjoyed creating things no one had ever created before, solving problems no one had ever solved before. I have watched young women across the country light up when I shared the ENIAC programmers' story. And I've watched older women light up when the ENIAC programmers came to talk with them. There are still a number of barriers to women in technology, and we're still the minority. And the idea that the field of software and programming was created by women is one that gives all of us a little bit of extra energy and a little bit of extra confidence in the work that we're doing.
There you go. Became the world. Jenny, Betty, Fran, Marlon, Ruth, and Kay became the world's first modern professional programmers. The oh motherfucking G's. Basically, the Mount Rushmore of programming, ladies and gentlemen. Right here. I mean, they made the hydrogen bomb, but hey. There you go. Gene led the team that converted the ENIAC into one of the world's first stored program electronic computers. Betty went on to a lifetime career of firsts in computers, including developing the first instruction code, the first sort routine, and the first software application. The first software application. ENIAC programs were followed by other women pioneers of computer science programming, including, let's read out the names: Grace Murray Hooper, Evelyn Boyd Granville, Dana Ulrey, Jean E. Sammet, Fran Ellen, Adele Goldberg, Mary Allen. Man, these are some old names. And Mary Allen Wilkes, Dame Stephanie Shirley, Anita Borg. Anita, darling. Major funding for Oh, hey, recording limit's about to come out. That's hilarious. Make sure we get all these credit. That's amazing. Thermonuclear war. Yeah, kinda. Of course, they didn't, I believe, you told them, hindsight 2020, I bet they didn't know much what was going on. Oh my gosh, they even knew that. But still, that's fucking crazy. That's some cool shit, though. And look at that. That's just from, and again, like, this goes to show like why like I kind of want to do this is just look at that. Just a simple quotation. You build up that curiosity, you dive deeper into these subjects, and then you learn a little bit more about this stuff. Cool shit. All right, back to our regularly scheduled program. Alrighty. Let's see here. Alrighty, students. Let's get back to it. Back to the ENIAC. They combine high-speed electronic with the ability to program for many complex problems. It could add or subtract 5,000 times a second, 1,000 times faster than any other machine. It also added modules to multiply, divide, and square root. High-speed memory was limited to 20 words, about 80 bytes. Built under the direction of John Mauchly and J. Perspec Ekry in the University of Pennsylvania. ENIAC development and construction lasted from 1943 to full operation at the end of 1945. The machine was huge, weighing 30 tons, using 200 kilowatts of electronic power, contained over 18,000 vacuum tubes, 1,500 relays, and hundreds of thousands of resistors, capacitors, and inductors. Yeah. Hey, but you know what? That didn't stop computers today. Let's see here. I want to get like into the let's see how much time we got left. How much? Da 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 da. Yeah, no, let's just let's rush it. Let's rush through a little bit here. Oh. No. Oh, wow, is that? And then, okay, what's all this? Hardware. Output devices. Memory. Oh, these are just the specific types of computing here. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, no, then, yeah, let's, digital computers. Then, yeah, fuck it then. We'll go into modern computers and then the mobile computers, and then I think that's what we'll call it. So, modern computers. The concept of the modern computer. The principle of the modern computer was proposed by Alan Turing. Way to go, Space Cat. In his seminal 1936 paper on computable numbers, Turing proposed a simple device called the Universal Computing Machine, and it is known as a Universal Turing Machine. He proved that such a machine is capable of computing anything that is computable by executing instructions, a program stored on tape, allowing the machine to be programmable. The fundamental concept of Turing designed the stored program, where all the instructions for computing are stored in memory. Von Neumann acknowledged that the central concept of the modern computer was due to this paper. Turing machines are to this day a central object of study in the theory of computation, except for the limitations imposed on their finite memory stores. The modern computers are said to be Turing complete, which is to say they have algorithmic execution capability equivalent to the Universal Turing Machine. Oh, so now I get it. Okay. Sorry for the confusion earlier. So, for it to be Turing complete, it's able to, which is to say they have algorithmic execution capability equivalent to the universal Turing machine. Oh, so it can receive a program and make it program. Oh, okay. Okay, I got it. I think I got it. Restore programs. Yeah, it's getting late. Early computing machines had fixed programs. Changing its function required the rewiring and restructuring of the main machine. With the proposal of the stored program computer, and this changed. A stored program computer includes, by design, an instruction set that can store in memory or is set instructions or a program. That details the computation. The theoretical basis of the stored program computer was laid by Alan Turing in his 1936 paper. In 1945, Turing joined the National Physical Laboratory and began working and developing on an electronic stored program digital computer. Because, their national theoretical non-physical laboratory, their imaginary laboratory, just went up in smoke, I guess. John von Neumann at the University of Pennsylvania also circulated first draft of the report on EDVAC in 1945. The Manchester Baby, also called the Small-Scale Experimental Machine System, was the first electronically stored computer. Cool. Was the world's first stored program computer. Okay. It was built at the University of Manchester in England by Frederick C. Williams, Tom Kilburn, and Jeff Tootle, and ran its first program 21st June 1948. It was designed as a test bed for the William Tube and first random access digital storage device. Random access. Oh, RAM! Digital RAM! This is where the first fucking digital RAM came from, guys. It was designed as a test bed for Williams Tube. Williams Tube, after inventor and Freddie Williams, Tom Kilburn, is an early form of computer memory. Cool. The first random access. Is that what RAM stands for? Random access. Huh. Digital storage device. Although the computer was considered small and primitive, by the standards of its time, it was the first working machine to contain all the elements essential to modern electronic computing. As soon as the Baby had demonstrated the feasibility of its design, a project was initiated at the university to develop it into a more usable computer. The Manchester Mark I was the earliest stored program computer developed by the Victoria University, Manchester, from the Manchester Baby. The Baby. Grace Hooper. Hey, I talked about her. She built the actual first programming language. Was the first person to develop a compiler for the programming language. Yeah, it was basically like she talked about. I wonder if there's like a thing about her, like real quick. Grace Hooper. Oh yeah, let's just check out this. Here. Did you know how I like videos? Okay.
Know some amazing women? Join Women's Stories as we highlight Grace Hopper, an amazing computer scientist, one of the first, and a U.S. Navy Rear Admiral. Grace was born in New York City in 1906. Hey-o! She was a curious child, and at age 7, she decided to see how an alarm clock worked. She took apart 7 clocks before her mother figured out what she was doing and took away 6. She did let Grace continue to investigate 1. Grace applied to Vassar College for early admission, but was rejected. She was admitted the next year and graduated from Vassar in 1928 with a degree in math and physics.
There you go, that
She
math
earned her
shit.
PhD in math from Yale in 1934 and returned to Vassar to teach math. During World War II, Grace joined the U.S. Navy Reserves as part of the Mark I computer programming staff. While working on the Mark II computer, a pesky moth was stuck inside. Grace remarked that they were debugging the system. Today, we still debug computer programs. And
Oh,
Grace's moth
shit!
is preserved at the Smithsonian. Next, Grace joined the team developing the UNIVAC 1, the second
Motherfucker invented the first like compiling computer, like human readable programming language, and coined the term, coined the term debugging.
commercial computer developed in the US. Grace created a compiler to translate source code into computer language. In 1959, she worked on the committee that defined a new computer language, COBOL. Grace believed that programming languages should be close to English rather than machine code, which was the convention. She first retired from the Navy in 1966 at the age of 60, but the Navy recalled her to active duty because they still had work for her to do. By 1986, when she finally really retired, she was a Rear Admiral. After her final retirement from the Navy, she received many honors and traveled and lectured widely until her death at 85 in 1992. She is buried at Arlington National Cemetery. Today, Microsoft's Hoppers, the Grace Hopper Celebration of Women in Computing Conference, and the USS Hopper are just a few of the enduring tributes to her. This video is a Women's Stories production. Women's Stories is an open collaborative effort of women around the world to inspire, encourage, and celebrate women's lives.
Damn. All these women in computing. Cool. Grace Hopper. What? Grace fucking Hopper. Sanders post-retirement, death. It's Frank, the awards programs, notes, obituary notes. Okay, cool. Fuck yeah. Awesome. Sorry, okay. Back to all right, yeah. Let's go. Let's go, student. Let's go. The Mark I, in turn, quickly became the prototype of the Frenetti Mark II. Mark I, duh. The world's first commercially available general-purpose computer, built by Frenetti. Oh, really? Is that like? Hold up. Do they have like a commercial for it? That'd be fun if they actually had like a commercial. No, I wouldn't even think they would have a commercial for it. Fuck it though. Built by Frenetti, it was delivered to the University of Manchester. In February 1951, at least 7 of these later machines were delivered between 1955 and 1957. One of them to Shell Labs in Amsterdam. Smoke it up, baby. In October 1947, the directors of British catering company J. Loynes and Company decided to take on active role in promoting the commercial development of computers. The Leo 1 computer became operational in April 1951 and ran the world's first regular routine office computer job, baby. The fuck is a job in computing? A job is a unit of work or unit of execution. Oh! Sound like a job job. Get a fucking job. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa. I'm gonna get water real quick. Whoa! I just realized I could do this voice anytime, any day. We got a shout out from the fans up front. Hopper, thank you for your service. Service. Sorry, but thank you. Service. All right. We're almost there. Transistors. The concept of the field effective transistor was proposed by Julius Edgar Lilienfeld in 1925. John Bardeen, Walter Britton, and working under William Shockley at Bell Labs, built the first working transistor, the point contact transistor, in 1947. Which followed by Shockley's bipolar junction transistor in 1948. Is a type of a transistor that uses both electrons and electron holes as charge carries. Bipolar allows small. I'm guessing this is like faster computing design. So like basically it's like on, off, I believe. Compared to vacuum tubes, transistors have many advantages. They're smaller and require less power than vacuum tubes, so give off less heat. Junction transistors were much more reliable than vacuum tubes and had longer indefinite service life. Transistorized computers could contain tens of thousands of binary logic circuits relative to compact space. So more binary was being solved. So basically now you could get the letter A besides just a second, but now you can get it in almost milliseconds because it was able to calculate those binary parts together. Wait, is there an echo? Do you guys hear an echo on my end? Do you guys hear an echo on my end? Nah, I think I'm good. I might be my bad. Oh yeah. That's because I turned the thing on. I'm gonna just see what's up. Okay, never mind. We're good. Space Cat, are you okay? Why are you shouting? Uh-huh. All right. All right, that's it. Space Cat, get over here. Why are you running? Hey, I got you. Shit. Get out of here! No way. No, damn, I was totally I didn't look at you right. Okay, well, you know what I meant. Watch this. Huh? Don't mess with me. Ah! Ha ha ha! Yeah. Take her a bit. Space Cat? Oh! Oh, okay. Oh, hello, Space Cat. Hello, Space Kid. Oh, that's me. Hey, me. Okay, come on. Let's finish this bit here. Come on. We only got. Oh God. Okay, we got a lot. Okay, we have a good amount to do it. Come on. We got it. At the University of Manchester, a team under the leadership of Tom Kilburn designed and built the machine using the newly developed transistor instead of valves. The first transistorized computer, and the first in the world, was operational in 1955, and a second version was completed there in April 1955. Did I say 1955? I think I said 1955 twice. 1953. Either way. However, the machine did make use of valves to generate its 125 kilohertz clock waveforms, and in the circuitry to read and write on its magnetic drum memory. Oh, this is CDs. That was drum memory, right? Right? Is that it? Are these like the OG CDs or like the huge disc? No. I think I'm. I think I'm not. I think this is wrong. Yeah. No, I think I'm wrong on that one. My bad. So, it was not the first completely transistorized computer. That distinction goes to Harwell Cadet, 1955, built by the Electronic Division of Atomic Energy Research Establishment at Harwell. The metal oxidized silicon field effect transistor, also known as MOS, was invented by Mohammed M. Atala and Dewan Kang at Bell Labs in 1959. It was the first truly compact transistor that could be miniaturized and mass-produced for a wide range of use. With the high scalability and much lower power consumption and higher density than bipolar junction transistor, the MOSFET made it possible to build high-density integrated circuits. In addition to data processing, it also enabled the practical use of MOS transistors and memory cells. Basically, it made everything really fucking fast, and it was compact. I guess it was probably maybe one of the first computing inventions that maybe made things smaller, at least distinctively. Like the early, MOSFET microcomputer revolution. So yeah, they started to like make things smaller into those bits. Okay. Cool. So then integrated circuits, the next great advance in computing power came with the advancement of integrated circuit. I see. Oh yeah, the movie chips. Did they write on a plate then tapes? What was it? No, I think the technical what was it? The technical, because I went to like the History Museum on Computing, and that was really interesting. And I think like what happened was they like CDs. I think it was tape first, technically. Or are you just talking about wait, are you talking about like film, like for images? Because then it was tape, then CDs. Unless you're just talking about just computing. Mr. Positive. Talking up on YouTube. Hey, make sure to subscribe on our YouTube channel if you're watching here on Twitch. Hey, and if you're watching here on YouTube, go ahead and follow the Twitch to be part of the integrated chat and become one of these little, become any of these like little bots here that are down here and having a good time. Coming around and jumping around and all that mumbo jumbo. Let's see. The first working IC were invented by Jack Kepley, Texas Instruments. Ah, the calculator people. Cool. Motherfuckers required me to have their fucking calculator, but I couldn't have any other calculator because I need to fucking graph that shit, which was totally fucked up, honestly. That was like, I have no idea why that was like a standard. Like, that was just so stupid. I don't know why. Let's see. Initially concerned with integrated circuit in July 58, successfully demonstrated the first working integrated example on the 12th of September 1958 in patent application of the 6th of February 1959. Kepley described his new device as a body of semiconductor material wherein all the components of all the electronic circuits were completely integrated. Let's see here. Chip fabricated using the planar process. This is just like more on the chip building, which it's going to be a lot of words and a lot of people's names I can already tell that I won't have time to really dive into it. Let's just go ahead and go right into the mobile computers. The first mobile computers were heavy and ran from mains power, wherever mains was. The 50-pound IBM 51, look at that, baby! Woo! Looking thick. I like that. Look at that. And the little fucking like waveform, damn, was an early example. Later portables such as Osborne 1. Woo! Look at that, baby. And the compact portable were considered with lighter, but still needed to be plugged in. The first laptops, such as the Grid Compass. Let's see this baby. Woo! Look how happy that motherfucker is. Just like, look at that baby. Damn! Dude, you fucking caved someone's head in with that brick. Look at those keyboards. I can see them from here. Such as the Grid Compass removed this requirement by incorporating a battery. Yeah, look at that. That's almost like a car fucking battery at the top screen there. Woo, damn. And with the continued miniaturize of computing resources and advancement in portable battery life, portable computers grew in popularity in the 2000s. The same developments allowed manufacturers to integrate computing resources into cellular mobile devices in the 2000s. These smartphones and tablets run on a variety of operating systems and recently became the dominant computing device on the market. These are powered by System on a Chip, SOCs, which are complete computers on a microchip the size of a coin. Look at that. It's a size of a coin. We went from a motherfucking... Hold on, let's see if I can quickly find it. Let's see if I can quickly find it. Oh, here we go. Yeah, we went from, what was it again? Taking up 3 sides of the room, wires, vacuum tubes, just to coordinate artillery weapons. Just to make guns, just so big guns can aim straighter and quickly say it. To a fucking coin. That's wild. From making a hydrogen bomb to looking up porn on your phone. Computings, ladies and gentlemen, that is the history of computing that we dove into. Learned a lot today. Learned a shit ton. That was awesome. That is wild. But no, computers have moved so so much these days. And of course, with the whole concept of fucking, what was it called? The process of making something break soon so the consumer has to buy another one. What is that called, ladies and gentlemen? Planned obsolescence. Oh, did my shit break again? That is beautiful, baby. That is what we like to see. Right at the end, right as we're holding it. But don't worry, we got ourselves a quickie switch, a 1-2, ska motherfucking do, baby. We should be back. Booyah, baby. Hey. Yeah. Planned obsolescence. You got it right. But yeah, now with the computing powers of planned obsolescence and the empowerment of technology, we're going to be stuck in this perpetual stage of not really pushing computing, but more just making a iPhone smaller, skinnier, make it blue, making a tablet great, and possibly killing off any other competition that tries to push it. But hey, we'll dive into that bit next session. All right, my name is Professor Void, and we just learned the history of computing. We learned a lot. Sorry for the late intro into it, but hey, I had a lot of fun while we were diving into this and stuff like that. If you're on YouTube, come on down to Twitch. We're about to get ready to go ahead and jump on and go raid somebody real quick and see what anyone else is gonna be doing. Let's see. We're gonna go check out CM Griffin. Really great person. Very much enjoyed their time. I think you guys would learn a lot from them. Very chill person. I think you would very much enjoy it. But hey, my name is Halalala Bleep Bleep Blop. You stay sexy, San Diego. No, I'm kidding. I'm just preparing us to take a trip on over there so we can have a good time, chillax. All right. But hey, my name is Professor Void. To tell you again, if you're on YouTube, come and check out the Twitch to be part of the integrated chat. To be go to Twitch, go check out the VODs, and go check out my previous videos where we dive into sessions and the fun edited videos on that part. But hey, you guys have yourself a good one. Make sure to stay afraid and keep learning. All right? Have a good one, students. Later. Oh, and I'll see you Wednesday, 7 to 9. Later, guys. And gals, and you sexy people in between. Bye. Woo.
Okay. So here we go. Okay, so I do need some water. And yeah, hey-o. Yeah, welcome back. What's the new subject? You're talking about computers? But yeah, do you have a link to your podcast or anything? Like, do you publish anywhere? And yeah, I need to use the restroom and get some more water. Tell me when I get back real quick. I'll just be a sec. But yeah, I gotta go be doing the dance. So, see you in a sec. Gotta do the right stuff.
We are travelers. We are. Yeah.
Let's get up and stretch a bit. Yep. I like to get up and stretch. Oh, yeah, let me read what you said. Oh, crunchy shoulder. Do your show live and then you post it to YouTube. Sweet. Learned a lot today on the history of computing and how women were mainly the OG creators of programming and programming language. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there was a while where, like, programmer was, like, it wasn't, like, a fancy, profession, you know? You're just a programmer, you know? Just have stacks of source code, right? So yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, how you doing there, Simon? Mister, sir. What'd you up to?